Howdy everybody and welcome to my Season 2 7 Days to Die Hard as Hell single player series with insane difficulty and zombies always run. Alright, we're going to get right to it because it is almost Horde night. So I ran back from picking up the airdrop in the last episode and got ambushed by a running Horde and managed to elude them and get back up to my base. And now we are heading for our Horde fortification for our first Horde night. And it's almost time. So we got a couple more things we want to do here. Let's see, where's my hammer? Oh, my hammer's already on my toolbar. Grabbed a little more scrap iron in the wasteland. Hopefully it'll be enough to get all of these to the next... Okay, so yeah, all of those. Now, let's hit the middle ones. Oh, so I'll be able to do that. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Not a problem. And I've got 4 torches made. So we'll put one on all 4 sides. That'll give us a little more light to see all the action. And if I get real hot and have to take my mining helmet off, we won't be completely without light. And what I'll probably do is I'll take those back down after Horde Night's over in order to avoid attracting screamers. Nothing in there. I probably should have taken that car apart only because it's possible that zombies will hit that and cause it to explode, and it's just close enough to where it could possibly damage us. Probably won't, but it could. And the last thing we need to do... Oh, I guess we already did that. I was thinking I still had to upgrade the top layer with cobble. We do have cobble, a little bit of cobble in the inventory, a little bit of wood, so that if some of this does get damaged up here, we can effect some repairs. I think I'm going to change out to my fresh crossbow also. Make sure we're loaded up with bolts. And I think we're pretty much as prepared as we can be. You know, one other thing I might do. Yeah, let's hop down again for a sec. Just as an extra precaution, let's put some spikes around the posts here, because we don't want the zombies standing there whacking on these things. How many more can I make? 33. Okay, we don't need that many. Let's make 20 more. I need to save a little bit of wood for repairs, though I'm not expecting any of the wood parts to get damaged. Is there any wood nearby? Probably nothing but the little stump or driftwood things you find. How much wood does this give me? Not very much. Not very much. One more level. Oh wait, yeah, is that right? One more level in mining tools, and we should be able to get level 4. No, did that say 29 or 39? I can't remember now. Oh, 29. Okay, yeah, we have to wait till we get to 40 to get miner 69 or level 4. Once we get that, then we basically will be able to use iron tools indefinitely without running out of stamina. Just trying to make sure we don't avoid any, or that we do rather avoid any confrontations right before Horde Night starts. Sports bag with nothing in it that's worthwhile. Yeah, the can's kind of worthwhile. Looks like I already hit that earlier. I think I told you guys this. In case I didn't, my loot respawn cycle is set to every 14 days. So every 2 weeks. This will just give us a little tiny extra protection on the pillars themselves. Okay. I think that's about it, folks. I think we've done just about everything we can do to prepare for Horde Night. Grab just a little bit more wood. And that axe is finished. We'll keep it and feed it back into the forge when we get back in the morning. So yeah, I'm not expecting this to be a significantly sized horde. The one thing though is we are on insane difficulty, so that'll be a factor, but I'm also by myself, unlike being on a multiplayer server when there's other players, and I've also died twice, so that affects the game stage and how difficult the horde will be. But my guess is it's not going to be anything real nasty. But we'll see. Oh wow, I was expecting that to fall. Tree's a little too far away. Alright, let's see how... What? Oh. Let's see how this thing performs. I gotta make sure I don't go bailing off over the side either. That's another thing. Kind of important. Let's make a few more of these. We got 4, let's make 11. Whoops. Yeah, you know what? Actually, no. Let's make 5 more because I want to keep a little more wood on me for repairs if needed. Top off our food. In fact, let's take a couple of those. I made a little bit of goldenrod also from the goldenrods that I picked in the forest when we went and got our airdrop. So this will give me some wellness. It's always good. Don't need this thing. And let's see, I don't really need any of that on my toolbar. Let's put that on the toolbar. And yeah, I think that's good. Okay. I think we're as ready as we can be. I have to make sure that I don't fall off of this thing. And I have to make sure that I don't accidentally pick up one of these wood frames. Because either one of those things will probably be our last hurrah. We have 238 bolts, so it should be pretty good for our bolt supply. At some point, too, the gut piles are going to pile up so bad that I won't even be able to hit the zombies. It's just kind of how things work in this game. I don't think they'll mess with that car. It's not likely they will. But let's hope that they don't. All right, here we go. Really? Oh, okay. They're coming. I was going to say, only one? They're coming from this direction now. I'm surprised no one's fallen in the pit yet. There we go. There's our first pit victim. Yeah, the log spikes, they don't do as much immediate damage as the little spikes do, but they're very good at taking legs off. My sight's all messed up on this. Oh. It's probably... Well, no, it still seems like it's... Something's weird with my sight. Let me switch it. That's better, okay. This will be a lot better once we get iron bars. We'll be able to see through a lot better. Those are pretty expensive to make this early in the game. So I basically just sit up here and try and get headshots on these guys. Just kind of keep an eye on our pillars. Make sure they're not whacking on them too much. You know, the interesting thing, though, is that, you know, I don't know if they're just getting caught on the little spikes or what, but they seem to be kind of drawn towards the pillars, which is a little concerning. Come on, Edgar, get over here. Big Mama. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to hit them because of the guts are in the way. Or their head clips into the spike like hers is, and then you can't hit them at all. Shoot Edgar in the ass there. What? There we go. Here comes Red. Big Mama. Yeah, so far this is a pretty gentle horde. Believe me, I have seen a lot worse. But we'll have a different situation a few weeks from now, that's for sure. A few in-game weeks. Skater punk. They keep flipping around right when I pull the trigger. Is she dead? She is now. Let's see if we can pop Edgar when he pokes his head out. Yep, we got him in the arm there. So far so good. How many zombie kills do I have? 76. It's not a whole lot, but I've spent the first several episodes avoiding them more than killing them anyway, so that's to be expected. Hold still, Edgar. I think I'm hitting a cheerleader instead of him. Is that it? We probably need to kill these guys off before we get another one. So, if you're new to the game, basically what happens is they send a couple of initial waves at you, and then once you've taken care of those, then it kind of trickles down to just one or two, and sometimes stops altogether. Okay, so he's dead. Now let's see if they send us start sending us just one or two at a time here. I hear one out there. Is that it? Oh my gosh, that's a spider. Look at that. I was not expecting to get one of those. It's a good thing the old guy decided to put up these spider barriers. Oh man. Yeah. I figured, you know what? Let's just do it just in case. And man, I'm glad I did. Because this guy, if I didn't have these right here for you new people, he could climb up the sides of these and come up and get me. And then I'd be in trouble. Wow. Okay, see if I can get him to come down in the pit and get his legs knocked off or something. I wonder, there he goes. Now this guy's just a normal spider. He's not a feral spider like we fought the other day. That guy was bad news, man. Oh, here comes some more. Okay, turn this way. Or not. There we go. Got a level. Okay. It is 12:11 game time. I hear more running. There we go. Come on down and join the party. Okay, I hear footsteps. What's next? Man, I can't believe it threw a spider at me. I will. Quit hitting my spikes. This guy's really tough. Yeah, you jump... There you go. Yeah, you jump right on those spikes and let them kill you. Beautiful. Hey, Red. Okay, is he hitting on that? Yeah, on that side. That's what I don't want him to do. Quit hitting on that. Go fall in the pit. All right. Moving along pretty good here. Another one of those dudes. It's interesting that he's that some of them, like I said, have been going for the actual columns instead of just right into the pit. Who's next? Got a crawler way out there. I don't know if I can hit her because she's right in the gut pile there. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we got her. Repair that. Businessman zombie. Yeah, his head's underneath the gut pile, so I can't hit him. There he goes. So what we'll do for day 14, as my plan at this point is to continue using this structure. Another spider. Wow. But I will upgrade the bottom there. Very unlikely that we'll have steel by day 14. Well, I shouldn't say it's unlikely. It probably won't happen, but it could. But most likely we will have concrete by day 14, and so I'll upgrade the supports and maybe even the lining of the pit with concrete, because concrete, reinforced concrete in particular, is much, much stronger than this stuff. It has a health of 6,000, and once that's broken, then it has another layer that's another 3,000. So basically, each block is 9,000 health compared to the 1,500 of these. So concrete is great stuff. And like I said, we'll also upgrade these wood frames to actual iron bars. And then this definitely should be a good solution for day 14 and maybe even day 21. We'll see how things go. Try and get the log spikes repaired and upgraded to the highest level of scrap too. So things are definitely slowing down. Someone will probably come running here pretty soon. Is that crawler way over there? No, it's just the grass moving. Well, I want to say, folks, that it's probably about over. It could be that the game's not throwing any more running at me because the crawler's still over there and alive. Oh, there he is. Or that might be a different guy. We'll see. Alright, now let's see if we get a runner. Yeah, so this little structure here wasn't too hard to make. The one advantage that I had, of course, is I had dynamite to dig most of the hole, which I would not have been able to do had I not had access to the chemistry bench. So if you don't have access to a chemistry bench early on and you wanted to build something like this, I would suggest starting on day 6 instead of the morning of day 7 like I did. Just to give yourself more time to actually dig the pit. And keep in mind, digging the pit's going to be kind of a pain in the butt, but get that? But it's also going to give you quite a few points in mining tools. So it's definitely worthwhile to do that. It was more fun to do it with dynamite, of course. But, oh, another spider. Wow. Yeah, so I would start probably at least around noon on day 6 if you're going to actually dig the pit out. And, of course, that all depends upon what level of tools you have and your stamina, those sorts of things, too. But those things are usually, for the typical player, they're not going to be that high in your first week, especially if you're playing on a hard as hell, types of settings like these. I would be quite a bit further along, in terms of my XP, my skill levels, that sort of thing, if I was just playing this on normal settings. Just because I spent so much time in the very early game creeping around and trying to avoid these guys. So what did we get? 3 spiders? At least 3 spiders, maybe even 4. I'm sure glad I put those on, man. I know I keep saying that, but... That was kind of a nice little dive that the nurse did there. Get your head out of the spike. Yeah, these nurses are nothing to mess around with when they run. There we go. 2:38. Got a little less than an hour and a half left. So yeah, this is a 7x7 frame. You want to dig the pit 4 blocks deep. With the Dynamite actually went down 5 blocks. 4 blocks deep. If you do it only 3 blocks deep, then they'll actually be able to climb back out of the pit. So that's why you want to go down 4. And then you put the bottom block in place. Then you put the log spike down, and that basically goes up 2 blocks. And then you have 2 more blocks to keep the zombies in the pit. If you're pressed for time or you don't have the resources, you could actually put these just on the ground. They will do damage to the blocks underneath the spikes, but not usually a whole lot. And you could, you know, even in theory, not line the walls of this. But if you don't do that, you know, then they'll start to try and dig out or burrow out the other way, and you'll have to fix it later. So that's why it's best to actually line the pit, as long as you have the resources to do so. Got a crawler way out there. Come on over here, dude. You're missing out on all the fun. So I think after Horde night, we'll clean up the mess, and at some point between now and day 14, we'll have to repair. But I don't have the materials to repair now. But I think probably our next order, the next order of business for us, is going to be to hit the bookstore building. Other things on the to-do list: we need to get a garden going, and my plan for that is to go to the forest and dig up a bunch of dirt, and then haul the dirt up to the roof of the base, lay it down, and make a garden. So that's on the agenda. But hitting the thing there. What else? What else? We need to make another trip to the trader. And if we get lucky, when we go into the bookstore building, we'll find ourselves a mini bike for Dumb Shit's book. Once we do that, then we can actually get going with the mini bike, and that will be a game changer for us. Because then if things get too hot with the zombies, we can just hop on the bike and ride off. And we'll eventually want to start doing some exploring. But there's a lot of stuff to loot in this town, and I've barely scratched the surface. So lots of looting ahead in our near future. Almost there. Things actually get a little anticlimactic. But if you guys have either experienced for yourself or seen, you know, other YouTubers or whatever, these hordes get pretty hairy in the later game. Here comes a runner. Probably won't be using this particular structure on day 49. However, I have actually used a similar setup, just a little bigger, and, you know, encased in steel, on day 49 to great effect with 2 other players, which meant we had even more zombies. So it can work. Let's just see how things go. Kind of depends upon what we do for our permanent base, and if that permanent base can also double as the Horde fortification or not. Just depends on how, what we decide to do. I usually don't have my base and my Horde fortification one in the same structure. Usually. Another thing I thought about doing as well, because we're not that far away, that's our base there, we could actually set this up to be our forge house. Because here's the thing, we put a bunch of forges here, it'll attract screamers, and I'll be off somewhere else. I won't usually be nearby it, and then hopefully the screamers will walk down on the spikes and the spikes will kill them. I have actually given that some consideration, and I might do that. I have not decided yet, but that's a possibility. It's just far enough away from, if we are in the base, that the screamer's not going to detect us over there, but close enough to where we could either make, like the little skyway I was talking about, or even, tunnel underneath the ground. Or who knows, maybe both. Yay, it's morning, and we survived the night. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and leave the video off here. When we come back in the next episode, like I said, our first order of business, I think, is going to be to loot the bookstore. So, thank you everybody for watching the video, and if you did enjoy the video, please hit the like button, and please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you all in the next episode. Take care.